If your home in the UK gets unbearably hot in the summer, but freezing cold in the winter, you need a solution. But you absolutely do not want to tear your house apart with major building work to get it. My name is Joseph from Electrum Electrical, and after 4 years in the heat pump industry, installing hundreds of these systems across the country, I can tell you that ductless mini-split systems are the ultimate zero construction heating and cooling solution for British homes. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how mini-splits work, where they make sense, what they cost to install, and how they can heat and cool your rooms for as little as 3p per hour. Let's dive in. Traditional central heating is slow. You turn it on because one room gets cold, but you end up paying to heat the whole house, including empty bedrooms and unused spaces. Then in summer, when your loft room or south-facing bedroom turns into an oven, the same system does absolutely nothing. A lot of homeowners then look at heat pumps, but when they hear the phrase, they picture a full air-to-water setup. That usually means major cost, major disruption, possibly new radiators, and sometimes even floors being lifted. That's why mini splits are such a powerful alternative. A mini split is an air-to-air heat pump. It does not burn fuel to create heat. It moves heat from outside to inside in winter and reverses in summer to cool your home. It is ductless and usually needs only a small hole through the wall, around 60 to 80 millimeters, to connect the indoor unit to the outdoor unit. So instead of a massive whole house heating upgrade, you get zoned heating and cooling with very little disruption. One of the biggest advantages of a mini split is speed. If your living room is cold, you do not have to wait for your whole heating system to slowly wake up. Mini splits push warm air directly into your room, so you feel the effect within 5 minutes. And in summer, they reverse instantly into proper air conditioning. That means more and more in the UK, because our homes are great at trapping heat. So when hot weather hits, especially in bedrooms, loft conversions, and upstairs rooms, the house becomes uncomfortable fast. A gas boiler cannot help you there. A mini split can. This is where mini splits really shine in British homes. They are not just whole house replacements. They are tools for specific problem rooms. If you have a boiling loft conversion, a freezing conservatory, a garden office, a flat where a bigger system is impractical, or an older off-grid cottage stuck with expensive electric heating, mini splits solve that exact room without forcing you to rebuild the entire property. Because each indoor unit can be controlled separately, you only heat or cool the rooms you are actually in. That is what zoning means. You stop wasting money conditioning empty spaces in your house. A lot of people still say aircon doesn't work in winter. That is simply not true with mini splits. Modern mini splits are heat pumps, and many models can operate in outdoor temperatures down to around -15 degrees Celsius, with some premium systems rated even lower than that. That is well beyond what most of the UK normally sees in winter. Now, to be honest and transparent, there is one thing good installers should explain. On cold, damp days, frost can build up on the outdoor unit. So the system may occasionally run a short defrost cycle. That means heating pauses briefly for a few minutes while the unit clears itself. That is normal. It is not a fault. So the real issue is not whether the technology works in winter. It does. The real issue is whether it was sized and installed properly for the room. Let's talk money, because this is where mini splits start making a lot of sense. First, the running costs. The reason they are efficient is simple. They move heat instead of generating it directly. So while a standard electric heater gives you roughly 1 unit of heat for every 1 unit of electricity you buy, a mini split can often deliver around 3.5 to 4 units of heat for every 1 unit of electricity it uses, depending on the real-world SCOP of the system. And that matters when When you compare energy prices of the off-gem price cap period from the 1st of April to the 30th of June 2026, unit rates vary by region and payment type, but the headline capped averages are around 24.5 pence per kilowatt hour for electricity and 6.4 pence for gas. So yes, electricity is more expensive per unit, but because the heat pump multiplies what you get from the electricity, mini splits are dramatically cheaper than direct electric heating and can be highly competitive with gas, especially when you are zoning and only conditioning the rooms you are actually in. And if you have solar panels, the logic gets even better. The hottest sunny days are often the exact days you want cooling most, so your solar can help offset that daytime usage. A 3-bedroom multi-split system will often sit somewhere around 4,000 to 8,000 pounds installed, depending on the property and complexity. A single room may be much less. That is the real reality. But compare it to the much bigger cost and disruption of a full air-to-water replacement project, which can push well into 5 figures once you include the wider system changes. Installations of qualifying energy-saving materials, including heat pumps, are currently at 0% VAT until the 31st of March 2027. And the government announced that the boiler upgrade scheme has been expanded to include air-to-air heat pumps, with a £2,500 discount alongside the existing scheme support for other heat pump types. If you are getting quotes for a mini split in the UK, do not just focus on the brand, focus on this checklist. Number 1, legal compliance. This is not a DIY category. These systems use refrigerant, and handling refrigerants legally requires an F-gas qualification, so your installer needs to be properly certified. Number 2, no guesswork sizing. If the unit is oversized, it can short cycle. That means it keeps turning on and off, wastes energy, gives uneven comfort, and can shorten compressor life. If it is undersized, it will struggle when conditions get tougher. A serious installer should not just glance at the room and guess. They should carry out a room-by-room heat loss assessment and size the system properly. Number 3, noise and planning. A good bedroom unit should be quiet, often around 19 to 25 decibels on low settings, so that you're able to sleep in there without being disturbed. And the outdoor unit should not just be dumped anywhere. Your installer should understand the planning position, the placement, the airflow requirements, and the relevant noise expectations. Number 4, pipework and appearance. A professional should also explain the pipe route, electrical route, drainage, and where the outdoor unit will go before the job starts. The difference between a quality install and a cowboy job is often visible the second you walk into a room. So if you want to permanently fix the rooms in your home that are too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter without ripping up floorboards or committing to a major rebuild, the next step is simple. Click the link in the description and book a free room-by-room heat loss survey so you know exactly what size of unit you need with my team at Electrum Electrical. We will show you whether an air-to-air system is right for your home, how much it is likely to cost, what grant or VAT support may apply, and how much you could realistically save by heating and cooling the rooms you actually use.